if you were just starting off, like nowadays, you know, you were one of the producers coming up now, would you have taken the time to learn all those instruments or?
Yeah, I would. And the reason I would say that is because even to make a synthetic instrument respond or hit the way that it's supposed to hit, there's a difference when you actually know how to play a bass. So if you know how to play a bass, you'll know like, oh, okay, I wouldn't do that octave, or I wouldn't if I was actually playing it. So sometimes when you have an actual bass, and listen, listen, this art, so you could do whatever you want with that sound. Yeah. For me, I just know, you know, music is music, and no matter where I've traveled in the world, you know, you could set up drums and a bass, and it's gonna rock. It's gonna rock. You set up drum, and it don't even have to be a full kit. It could just be a kick drum, a snare, and a hi-hat. You don't even need toms, and a bass line that's moving, and you good. And that's just music, and people will feel it, and it'll be open enough so that somebody, if they're a trumpet player, or if they're a keyboard player, or they're a guitar player, they feel like, oh man, that's already going. I could just jump in with whatever, whether it's your raps or whatever your vocals or whatever it is. It's open enough, right? So that's why I think a lot of times, man, I did a performance. I did a performance at SOBs, like when I think it was with Lloyd Banks, and he asked me to come and you know, do a feature or come out and do a cameo in his concert, and I said, look. Or maybe it was the opposite way around, where he came and I did a cameo in mine, and I was like, look, we're not using the track. So if you nice, you just gonna be able to hear, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and be able to just rock over just the live band, you know? And there was no click track or anything. The difference though is that when I made that record for Banks, it was called oh man, now no, you know, I deal with a lot of pretty girls, but forgive me if I don't remember you. You know what I'm saying? Banks. So Forgetful was the name of the record. And when you listen to it, you could just hear all the elements, you know? So even if I didn't have the keys or the bass, or if I didn't have the keys or the drums, but if I sing the bass line, boom, 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 boom. Somebody can rap over that. Boom, 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 boom. Dum, boom, dum, 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 boom, 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 dum, boom, boom, dum. If you nice, you can rap over that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's really for me, knowing that. And I grew up with my father and his brothers. They would just play, and they would always just be like, "Yo, dig in, man. You know, why are you sitting right here in these keys?" But then they would also be like, look, when it's another instrument's time to shine, just sit right here in those keys, so they can have their time to shine. So for me, that's the beauty of the tapestry, when you have your Pro Tools session or whatever session you have, so you can let different instruments shine. You know what I mean? So just let the bass just rock. Take out the 808 for a second, because if you have a key bass, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, don't make it compete with each other. And I think that's the reason why I think Dre is really one of my favorite all-time producers, just because he understands the concept of space in the beats. Space, you know? So I would just listen to how people loved, you know, when I think it was The Chronic 2001 came out, and there was a girl in my office that just loved the Explosive track. You know what I mean? And I just listened to it, I'd be like, yo, it's just the guitar, the bass line, and those drums just knock a certain type of way, and I could just listen to that loop forever. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
And I was like, that's it. But the way it's hitting the speaker, it's almost, it becomes hypnotic, because there's that amount of space, you know? But yeah, in response to your question, yeah, I would still take the time to just learn, at least get a certain level of proficiency, so you know how the instruments work. So when you're programming, you could get there, you know?